A warm good evening and welcome to Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock because it is Sport at 10. I'm Thomas Mlambo and the show we have in store for you is a show that only includes the best of the best. Let me take you to the bench, see who's coming onto the pitch and going to be telling you their life stories. One of the best players South Africa ever produced. It is Skulvaker. He's a Bafana former international. 9 clubs in the PSL, amongst them Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Bloem Celtic. He's been everywhere. Skulvaker will tell his story later on in the show. Right next to him is the best comedian in South Africa, except for Tips. But she's got the award for 2016 Comedian of the Year at the Comedy Awards. It's Tumi Murake, and we have got a quiz for you. Oh, you're already celebrating? How do you celebrate? You haven't won nothing. Wait, relax, to me. We're coming to you. And Tips is standing right there in the bench. He's there. Tapelo, Tips, what's happening in the green room?
Welcome to my dance room, Thomas. As you can see, in like it's a memorial service for what's happening to Sundowns. But you know, like I can't look them in the eye, but the show is gonna be blazing and everything. In 2000, you have no idea who this is. This guy, Nadalale Jomasono. Anyways, Thomas will tell you about it. Enjoy Sport at 10.
Siabelo Sinatla will be making his way into the studio. He just got off the flight in Cape Town. The #1 player in Rugby Sevens in the whole world is on Sport at 10. As soon as he shows his face in the studio, I will make sure that you see that he is here. And then in Cape Town, we'll be crossing down there to find out about the Two Oceans Marathon. Carol Forslow is standing by, and she is the GM of the Two Oceans Marathon. We'll want to know exactly what will be in store for all of you over the weekend as we bring it to you live on SABC Sports. So, let me get to the Sunday Times sports editor, Baring Batu Gorjas, otherwise known as the BBK. How are you?
It sounded like I'm making my way into a boxing ring.
Yeah, you are making your way into the boxing ring. You are, because we want to know.
How you doing, Tim
I'm
Thomas?
Good, I can't complain. But before I go far, I just want to tell people at home that this broadcast is made possible by you. For paying your TV license, hashtag made possible by you. And we love it. Please keep doing that and do it in more and more numbers. BBK, let's get to the news stories.
Before we go on, let me do my own thing. Let us say that as South African football, as South African sport, we will never, ever, ever forget the 43 lives that were lost in the stampede at Ellis Park. For no matter what happens, we Africans, we don't forget those who are past. We will forever remember you and keep you in our hearts. Back to you.
No, back to you, because I want to go back on and talk a little bit about what happened at the Masters. A lot of you who aren't golf followers may not know, but the Masters is the biggest, the greatest of all golfing tournaments. It's the one that everybody wants to win. It's the one where you get the green jacket, like in the Nedbank Cup, that green jacket that they put on when you win the Masters.
It is the most coveted jacket because this is the biggest, this is the granddaddy of all golf tournaments. And a man from Durban did not win it, but Sergio Garcia won it. Sergio Garcia coming from Spain. It was his first Masters. It was his first major in 18 years as a professional golfer. But our story here is that a man called Glenn Murray, who is a caddy for Sergio Garcia, has made himself 10% of the money that Sergio won, and which means that will be 2.7 million rands going into the pocket just to pat his squab.
Carrying the bag.
You play golf.
No. But let's not undersell what caddies do. I think actually we need to get a top caddy in South Africa because they do so much more for a professional golfer. They know exactly the yardage, where the ball is going to go when he's putting. They give him the information that he needs. There are psychologists out there. When the game is going wrong his swing has changed, they give him the information that says, change this, boy, do it a little bit like that, and will improve.
They play a very crucial role, and this man has been a caddy for Sergio for almost his entire career. And what makes the story even sweeter is that on Sergio's part now, he won it on Sunday. And on Sunday, his idol and his countryman, Save Ballesteros, would have turned 60 years old for him to win it. His first major in 18 years on the day of his idol's birthday, even though he's late. That made it even sweeter for the Spaniard.
The only thing about him, though, is that when he arrives at the golf club, he's going to arrive like in a big machine, Ferrari, what, and then everyone thinks he's going to play. Kantiki Kedi.
Ikedi, and also, he's also carried the bag for Charles Watson, right, who won the Masters in 2011. And also for Retief Goosen, who also won the US Open in 2001 and 4, if memory serves. So you can imagine, our man from Durban, Mr. Murray, is swimming in the money, man.
I am in the wrong job, man. Caddying, that's where we should have planned.
I'm starting my golf game, so you can come get him a bag.
Moving on, though, to rowing, because South Africa are doing well in the rowing side of things. We've got McCann and Van Wyk winning gold. Where?
It was in the Regatta International Memorial Paolo Diolda. This is a
Say that name
tournament
again?
happening in Italy.
I didn't hear the name. Can you repeat it,
It was
please?
in the Regatta International Memorial Paolo Diolda.
Aloha.
Diolda.
Hey, you.
Italiano.
Yeah, Italiano is so fluent. I like it.
The Olympian rower McCain, who got silver in the Olympics in Rio, made sure that she got gold this time. She was #1. And also her country lady, Van Wyk, also got herself a silver in the singles scoot. And also the man who battled cancer. Remember last year, building up to the Olympics, we spoke about a gentleman from South Africa, Lawrence Britain, who was battling cancer,
was
and
here
they
in
made
studio.
it, and he also got to the podium. He also got himself a gold medal at this. And of course, the coach of the team, Roger Barrow, is smiling wall to wall.
So Shishange rowing, well done to the rowers who did it at the, what was it called again? You see, I knew you couldn't say it again.
I do it
Moving
once
on.
and you don't listen to me, and I'm not going back to that.
The Italian finished. Let's move on to what happens with one of the events that we are just loving on SABC Sport to bring you. The EFC is growing, your viewership is growing, you're loving it on SABC3. We had a huge title fight come on Saturday. And what happened?
It was in Cape Town. Don Magic Man match. It made a brilliant, shocking upset when he took on the worldwide lightweight title, taking it from the American Dave, the team playing in
So our guy
Mazani.
won.
Our guy won.
The guy celebrating.
He
That's
beat
Don
the
Magic
American
Man Madge.
Mazani had held the belt for 3 years, and he caught him in some rear choke. And in that rear choke, this man did not want to concede and tap. And he then succumbed onto the canvas, and that got the victory for our man from Cape Town. He is the champion. You always can catch it right here on SABC. It's going to give you all the details, and the American can go home and lick his wounds because the belt is in Cape Town in South Africa.
Magic Man, well done for making sure that belt stays right here. When we host events, we don't just let the belts leave the country. They stay right here. EFC, make sure we'll give you over the next couple of weeks the next big one coming on the horizon, and we're just loving the excitement of the EFC right here on SABC Sport. But now, let's wrap things up because Valentine's Day wasn't so long ago, and BBK doesn't strike us as a romantic type of guy. But you are the guy who wanted us to talk about a romantic story. Why am I looking at a marathon in Paris?
Because in Paris, the city of love, you had a marathon called the Paris Marathon being run on Sunday, and what happened is that it was a red letter day for a couple from Kenya. His name is Paul Lonyangata. He won the race in 2 hours, 6 minutes and 10 seconds, and guess what? His wife broke the record in winning the women's section, and in doing so in 2 hours, 2 hours, 20 minutes and 55 seconds. Now, Purity Renault made a record, beating it just by 4 minutes from the previous record. And the most important thing about this story for me also, Thomas, is that it happened on a day that there was shame brought to the Kenyan athletics scene when the lady who won the marathon at the Olympics in Rio was dethroned from a gold medal, if you want to put it that way, because she was found to have used a banned substance. So on a day that could have been dark for Kenyan athletics, for African athletics by extension, this couple made sure that they went to Paris, and not just to go there and admire the Eiffel Tower, but go and win the men and the women's section, and Banilizela Bachabulai.
Mr. and Mrs. Lonyangata
Yes, sir.
taking the Paris Marathon. It was a red letter day, as BBK said, for African athletics. We love it when that happens. Romantic, man.
It's nice.
It's nice when
sure.
your gold medal, my gold medal, everybody has a gold medal in the house. No one else can showboat on anybody else. Speaking of marathons, though, we have our own huge marathon, one of the most prestigious marathons in the world. In fact, it is known as the most beautiful marathon in the world. It's the Two Oceans Marathon. It's coming up this weekend, and I've got Carol Forslord, General Manager of the Two Ocean Marathon, right now in Cape Town, where she's doing the final touches, getting us ready for the event. Carol, welcome to Sport at 10. How are you?
Thanks very much, Thomas. Great to be here.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about the race day itself. What do you need? What's happening? What do we need to know as athletics fans, marathon fans, if we want to come out and watch?
If you want to come out and watch, you can start at the main road, Newlands, where the race starts from 6 o'clock. We have different seating pens for the half marathon, and the ultra marathon starts at 20 to 7. And then spectators can watch all along main road route from Rondebosch all along to Fishhook. There are different spectator spots, which you can see on our website, which is www.twooceansmarathon.com. And then, of course, the finish line, which is the most exciting part to be, which is at UCT.
It's a beautiful marathon. It takes you through some of the most spectacular scenery in the world, 56 kilometers of absolute beauty. But you're doing a lot to make sure that it stays beautiful. Tell me a little bit about Go Green and the campaign at the marathon.
The Old Mutual have partnered up with Wildlands Trust, and we have developed what we call throw zones, which are big bins which runners will not miss along the route. And we are encouraging them to throw their plastic water sachets into these throw zones. And after the race, Thomas, they will be made into multi-layer plastic planks, which will make school desks.
Wow.
Our country is short over 300,000 school desks, and they'll be distributed in the Western Cape and the rest of the country. So runners need to know that they need to aim into those throw zones and make sure that the plastic gets collected for these school desks.
Wow, that is innovation at its absolute best. And I'm sure the runners will make sure they get those plastic bottles in to make desks for the kids in South Africa. I love it. It's a brilliant idea. But the thing that I need to know now is, as I look at last year's winner crossing the line, who can dethrone Caroline Woostman? She's won it over the last 2 years, the South African. And on the men's side, we haven't had a South African man win it for the last 3 years already. What's going on?
Well, Caroline has been doing some training. She always says that it's a training run. She's been running up chappies over the weekends. So she's fit, she's ready. We have Maria Damatovic from Belarus who's coming, strong contender. Jenna Chandler, Trish Jones, Tanith Maxwell. So there's a nice, strong field of ladies. We're very excited about that field, together with Mark Fukuroni, who's been doing some altitude training up in Zim. Hendrik Ramala, Cool Boy, will be back as well. We're certainly hoping that one of these athletes, men and or women, will take the R1 million prize that Old Mutual are putting up for the athlete that breaks the record.
Carol, I'm excited. Can't wait for it. I'll be waking up in the morning to catch it on SABC Sport as well. Good luck with the Two Oceans Marathon over the weekend.
Thank you.
There you go. So there we have it. Now it takes us straight on through to the man who, maybe, I don't know if he's been training for it as well, possibly, the one and only sports comedian. He is South Africa's undefeated champion of sports comedy. He's been doing it for 4 years right here on SABC Sport. He is the Shampoo-nizer.
Oh, Thomas.
Uri.
Uri.
Ke shapo, ke shapo.
That will be good.
Hola, Tips.
Uri. Italian. Spaghetti.
Italiano, lasagna.
Pampirstad. You know, mafogonyana Spanish. Pampirstad. You know, Coach Jennifer we are here, man. Thomas, no man, since last week you get like a snake. Ban search, I'm busy again. You can't bring your ancestors. Your tag can only fill in 1% on behalf of Swallows.
Can I tell you, my mother actually asked me, was that real Snave? Like when I saw her the other day, she's like, was that real Snave? What was the answer to that question? What was I supposed to say?
Yo, it's a respect. Like, why would disrespect us? No. But anyways, we're talking about
sand up in the parking lot. The camera showed you picking up sand in the parking lot.
I saw him.
You tell us it's real.
I saw him.
It's fine. But let's talk about reshuffling that is happening in the country. It's really, really rough. Reshuffling. I can't reshuffle anytime. My dream will come true. But I don't know if you've seen that like, the PSL is reshuffling and they're not telling us. Have you realized that Sundowns is the new Magezi FC? Like, Balus, Sundowns, Sundowns, Balus. Like, Sundowns, it's your grand. Like, Sundowns is forever month end. Sundowns, stars are when it's flying at half mask. Like, if you go to Sundowns, or Rofa membership at Sundowns. Nkateludu wanaka cause kiludu fela Sundowns affect Milo. Milo, Ijamo, no, ki right in Kateludu batu. Our Sundowns Mawila Hala. Sundowns about winning next. Like Ogar who win a no airtime. Like Ogar every time it's in Zabakor. Musadiola Watailer, you have reached your winning limits. Please. You have reached your winning limits. Please buy the kick and doll. Like, yeah, but trademark Sundowns, and the team, but Manadi change. Earthquake, tremor. There was no tremor. It was Paris training. But Jima Jima, Cora Paris, by surprise. Chiefs, pay on form. No, the pay la mutwan. No, let's not go around by the Munyana Banalut, about Tekanyana. Chiefs, you better coach how it will non stop. Mudamano Afcon Bush. Alim, yeah, I think Chiefs. He was this close to say Gradale Mego High, Badimu, Baloibako High, and Sasneville. But let me tell you something about Sundowns. Sundowns Ralitanella. And everything, but people will humble you when it comes to facts. Like, here Sundowns, you're not winning. I interview, I know Shapa line and I will allow to achieve that. No. It can't be that bad. 6 months, 3 trophies. Relevant to achieve. But yeah, they're not registered. If you're police is 10,000. No, and
guy's a problem. Is a problem. He's coming back later in the show as the Shampunizer, and we want to hear from you around a topic that's really trending right now, and it is about the relegation zone in the Absa Premiership. If you look at that log table, and you can do it, go online very quickly, have a quick look at it, there are 8 teams, 6 points from relegation. So the bottom team is on 20 points, and 6 points up from that, you'll get to number 8 on 26 points. So who is going to go down with so many teams technically in the relegation zone? Give us your perspective and why you think that will be the case. We're going to a quick break. After the break, we'll bring you the highlights of the matches that took place this midweek. You also got a glimpse there of Siabela Sinatla, the speedster from the Rugby Sevens team, is right here. The Blitzbokkers #1. He is the best Sevens player in the world, and that's official, and he joins us in the show later on, as well as Skulvaker and Tumi Marake. After the break, highlights of the action that took place this week.
Do you have a funeral policy?
Sonke sehlukile.
Tog van ons almal net die beste vir ons geliefdes hê.
Life is a gift to us.
Over and above the full value of your funeral policy, AVBOB provides a free basic funeral consisting of funeral arrangement services, a specified coffin and hearse to the value of 9,600 Rand.
And you get 1,000 Rand extra cash up front for funeral-related expenses.
As well as free transportation of the deceased anywhere in South Africa.
Plus, a 15% addition to the sum assured on the main life, which, if needed, may be converted to a free retrenchment benefit.
That is the AVBOB difference, where family comes first. Always experience the AVBOB difference. SMS funeral to 41790. AVBOB, we are here for you.
SMS funeral and your name to 41790.
Y'all man Toretto just went rogue. I'm taking you down, Toretto. You wanna play like that?
Indigestion and heartburn? You could experience a sour taste in the mouth or a burning sensation in the throat, the chest, the stomach discomfort, or even heaviness.
Don't let indigestion or heartburn symptoms slow you down. Always reach for Eno. Eno works on 6 symptoms of heartburn. It gets to work in 6 seconds. So you can keep on living life non-stop. Eno, fight indigestion and heartburn fast.
Flying fish is different from other beers, with all the bitterness brewed out and delicious flavors brewed in. See for yourself. For easy flavor, some refreshment, taste it for yourself. Go on, add some flavor.
You're watching Sport at 10. Let's get to the Absa Premiership highlights, starting up with yesterday's action. And it was Orlando Pirates up against, well, the opposition that they faced was opposition that was a little bit on the scary side in terms of potential, because Maritzburg United have been dangerous of late under Fadlu Davids.
Most definitely, Fadlu Davids being the caretaker coach after Roger Tissa left, but this corner from Manyisa lands perfectly on the head of Ayanda Kaba and he powers it past the goalkeeper there to give Orlando Pirates a deserved lead in the game. It was not all smooth sailing for Maritzburg because they had a couple of players being sent off. In the end, Orlando Pirates ended up winning against not 10 but 9 men. As you can see, the red card being given to Brian Onyango there for his second bookable offense. Yeah, Pirates going forward again. Intricate passing game between Ulumfana Luabat Undoro, Kanyina Utovome, and then Utovome just making sure that Orlando Pirates get their very first win in the Absa Premiership after 12 games.
Since November.
Since November, Bashai Chipa, Lachabuli Shell Karaj, Yanga Namafoot.
Then, moving on, Bidvest Wits, Golden Arrows. Arrows fresh off beating Mamelodi Sundowns in the Nedbank Cup in the Absa Premiership, though. It was a different story against Bidvest Wits, who were just too strong. Penalty awarded early on, and Mango puts the first one away.
The Malawian makes sure that he does do that after Umuka Goldingele was fouled in the box, and the Vets are flying. Kevin Hunt hasn't won the league in many years. He really wants it in his 4th season now at Bidvest Wits. He wants to make sure that he gets this one. And look at this. How's that for a contender?
But
for
what is the keeper, Ukumete, doesn't even move here.
But because the ball moved. Ukumete was rooted on the spot. He thought the ball was coming straight at him.
I mean, keeper must dive. Even if you're not going to get there, dive.
Take nothing away from Ngele. A beautiful goal here. And also Umhango becoming the provider. Nice step in to make sure Ngele gets his second brace in 2 games.
Ngele scores every time he comes on the pitch, literally. He's not a regular in this side. They use him in the games when they're like, well, you know what, this is opposition, maybe cup games, whatever. He's in and out of the team, but he just comes up with the goals.
Now he's forcing himself
into
the
starting 11. Straight up. Sure. He's saying, Gavin, you can't leave me out.
For sure.
I've got to play every single week, and he is showing exactly that. Moving on to tonight's action in the Premiership. This is what took place tonight, starting out with Bloem Celtic, and they were in action against Kaizer Chiefs. Chiefs finding the back of the net 12 minutes into the game through George Maluleka.
They are firing. They are on fire, putting a screeching stop to Celtic's resurrection, because remember, since the passing of Ntatemolomer, they won that game after he died, and the next game they also played a draw against Mamelodi Sundowns. But here, George Malulega saying that, Steve, I may not have delivered the goods throughout the season, but I really want to try and make sure that I contribute going forward here. And Nango Gumpanaga tips.
Speaking of pushing yourself into the starting lineup, he's been a super sub. Now he comes and is scoring in the Premiership, not just in cup games, not just against lower division opposition.
The exciting thing is that we all laughed when we looked at 11 years, 11 goals. What are Chiefs doing? And he did it this time. Steve Amchaga he scored against Stellenbosch. He scored the brace against the Akon Bush. He scored the goal here now. And here's a nice, wonderful finish from Umak Mayambela, helping Ajax Cape Town to a 1-0 victory over Highlands Park. It's saying King Highlands Park because Ibaroka won. And now Ajax have won as well. The Highlands are now rooted at the bottom of the log. And Gordon Usenkingeni, can he pull the miracle that he did with Morocco Swallows many seasons ago, saving them from relegation, and then the following season helping them finish as runners-up to Orlando Pirates?
Ajax needed that victory. It's been long since they'd got a victory, and Highlands Park now sit at number last on the Absa Premiership table.
What a finish from Mayambela, though.
Thank you, BBK, for the update as far as the Premiership is concerned. We're going to a break. After the break, he comes into the studio. I've been looking forward to speaking to him for such a long time, and that is the rugby man, Siabelo Senatla. The Wizard of Welkom is with us.
Take more and pay less this Easter at Boxer with prices like take 3 500-gram Rama Original Margarine Brick for only 50 Rand. Take any 2 1-litre Ultramilk Custard for only 40 Rand. 44s, 48s, 50s or 52s Cutlass Comfort Nappies only 99.95 each. And to all our shoppers, happy Easter. 40 years of never paying more than the Boxer price.
Cinemetu, the Jamison family motto. Fear a bit less and you'll live a bit more. Don't hide, walk tall. Never be afraid to make unexpected friends, because those friends will become family. And if you've got family and something to fight for, then there's nothing to fear. This is Cinemetu. Fear a bit less, live a bit more.
Hello, hello. You'd be silly as a goose on the loose if you missed out on this. It's the big deal from Telkom. For April only, get Telkom uncapped internet at up to 4 megabits per second, a free Wi-Fi router with free installation and a free Wi-Fi range extender for under 600 smackers a month. Stocks are limited, so rush down or you'll feel a fool. Get it only from SA's best fibre provider. It's a big deal and it does the trick.
This winter, if you wake up with a sore throat, headache, fever, or pain, take Med-Lemon. 1 hot cup in the morning will help you kick the cold and flu symptoms and get you through the day. Take another cup in the evening to keep fighting the symptoms. Med-Lemon, now is a good time to feel better.
Hello, hello. You'd be silly as a goose on the loose if you missed out on this. It's the big deal from Telkom. For April only, get Telkom uncapped internet at up to 4 megabits per second, a free Wi-Fi router with free installation and a free Wi-Fi range extender for under 600 smackers a month. Stocks are limited, so rush down or you'll feel a fool. Get it only from SA's best fibre provider. It's a big deal and it does the trick.
They're taking it quickly to Priya. Taken on by Senatla, who will go in under the posts. Senatla, gone.
The gold medalists and Commonwealth champions, South Africa.
Oh, he's done it just about everything in sevens rugby. He's just moved on to the 15-man game. We'll talk to him. Siabelo Senatla, named the Rugby Player of the Year in sevens rugby for 2016. He's unbelievable. And he's here on SPORTAT10. Siabelo, how are you?
Thomas, I'm great. Thanks to you, my champ.
I'm good, but the first thing that I just wanted to know, because in rugby these days, Afrikaanse fellas, yeah, all of those things. So I
I know, I need to live me. Kila mama le papa.
Just with us, sure.
Yeah, just to make sure.
You are this unbelievable story. Because Ota welkom. Not a lot comes from welkom.
I was waiting for that, actually. I was waiting. What are you talking about? They call it small George.
We fit the house somewhere. You know, when you're in the way, oh, welcome Zoom, and then you're in Bloom or something. But the thing that amazes me is that rugby wasn't even something you took seriously.
Yeah. It was literally something I played socially, to be quite honest.
Polo,
athletics, all the things that we used to do other than rugby. Rugby is just a social thing. Okay, and all of us go there and try to like fill up the spots and go to actually tour with the guys when they go into Bethlehem or whatever.
You're being modest though, because
honestly,
the speed that you show on the rugby field is because this guy could run. I mean, I have on good authority, you could run 100 meters in 10.6 in your high school days.
Yeah, when I was 17.
That means if you took 1 second of that time, just 1 second, you would be next to Usain Bolt.
Sure, but that's steep though.
1 second, you know what a second is? And you had time to improve from 10.6 to 9.6.
Nah,
dude, you would have been there pointing at the screen at the Olympic Games as I'm the Olympic champion.
I'll leave that to Akani, Henrique and them. They're doing a pretty good job at the moment, so I'm going to leave it to them. I think they will do it for all of us that dreamt of that.
You only take up rugby when you leave high school.
Yeah.
So you're brand new to this game. There's other kids that have been playing it all their lives.
Well, look, I'm not totally brand new. I've been playing rugby my whole life.
Those other guys, Batseba, like in grade 1, I'm going to play for the Springboks. You had no idea.
I never had that type of dream, actually. I had it only after rugby, only after school, sorry, that I might like look into that career. So for me, it was all about social. I always used to make provincial teams and so forth. I used to make under-16 Griffins team, and then I made Academy Week. But I was thinking to myself, man, Griffins, you know, it's not one of the big unions where you go, I made Blue Bulls, so like there's a future. But for me, the transition, I think, for me came about when I went to Harmony Sports Academy. That's where the love and passion for rugby actually started. Because literally I was sleeping, breathing, I was literally playing rugby because of the environment I was in.
So you go to the Harmony Sports Academy. Yeah. They give you a chance. They see this guy can run. We can maybe improve something on the rugby side.
Yeah, Bamponi, when I was playing for Griffins under 60, they wanted me to come a long time ago. Then I said, nah, let me finish up school first. And I went to the academy actually the next year when I took a gap year, so I didn't really know what I was going to study.
You end up at the Central University Technicon there.
Because of academy.
Then you end up there.
Yeah.
Mardeo pap. Because you're in the third team. You started in the third team. Third team. Those are the guys that need to diet and they're struggling to breathe. I got third team.
I was a little bit skinny that time. So more
no chance. But by the end of the season, you were in the first team.
Yeah, I played my way up from third team reserve to starting third team, second team reserve, starting second team. And then luckily for me at the end of the season, I'm playing first team. I saw myself playing Shield and actually playing a playoffs against UCT. It was like, whoa, okay, wow, what a come up.
Because you're using exactly the right term. What a come up.
Yeah, but it was happening so quickly though. It was like.
But everything's happened so quickly in your career. 2013, you suddenly break into the Blitzbokke.
Yeah.
And from there on, you go from, I'm new in the Blitzbokke to, as I look at you now, the record-holding try scorer in sevens rugby for South Africa with 189 tries.
Well, I don't take full credit for that, though.
No, but it's there. The stats are there.
Yeah. Now, honestly, I think it's because of the musicians I play with. They're really awesome in terms of providing for us wingers to finish. But yeah, it's been, as you say, it's really been unbelievable. Looking at it myself, I can't believe. Like yesterday, I was just like 19 going to the sevens, going to actually try out and having a dream to actually wear the jersey. 3 years plus, we the world's best player of the year. So it's really unbelievable. I can't
this guy
get another word for it.
Utlaka humility nyana, uba humble nyana that we are the best player. He is the World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year. There's no one better than you in 2016. You were that guy.
Yeah, I don't think of it like that because I think I was telling the guys inside. I think it's because I have a lot I aspire to still. So I don't really stop and think about it. I think I'll actually grasp it more when I'm done playing.
Like what, though? What do you still want to achieve?
There's so much to achieve. I still want to make Springboks. That's why I made the transition to 15.
So, Sile 7th rugby?
Not entirely. I can't. It's my
for
heart.
now.
It's my heart, yeah. For now, I'm going to play 15s and then I'll play like 3 tournaments for 7s every single year.
Outside?
Nah.
I mean, because, you know, in 7th rugby, hunali spacey, 7, you've got pacey, no one can touch you. Only 15, ya nongo ground. And there's a lot less space. Now it's going to be a whole new thing for you.
It becomes tricky. It becomes tricky when you, like a lot of guys. I feel like there are a million guys actually sometimes because there's just a lot of us. But like you have to manipulate space and have to actually apply the skill that you learn in 7s because you learn 7s is very skill based. You learn a whole lot of skill and you learn how to beat players one by one. So you have to actually manipulate the space and actually try and get in the space as quick as you can and try to create the gap where there's no gap. So I'm just taking this transition as a showcase of my 7 skills in the 50-man game to show them actually like 7s is the best development program you can get for any player.
The other thing is you are known in Rugby 7s to be fantastic try scorer, fantastic attacking player, and also a great defensive player in 7s. But in the 15-man game, the tackling is going to be a lot, eh?
Yeah.
Or not tackling. Yeah. This thing, no, 1 tackle, 2 tackles, a game of sharp. You're going to be tackling and the track it again.
You know what tactic I'm going to use when I'm there by the ankle. I'm there tying the shoelaces. That's the only thing. Yeah, it's going to be more contact, and we embrace that. I think that's why it took so long to actually play. We said to ourselves, like, let me not get in literally same time this season. Let's do it differently. Let me condition myself and actually put myself in the best position that I can be for 15s right now. So that's what we did. Unfortunately, we had a little road bump with the injury that I have now.
You're injured now?
Yeah, I'm injured now, but
it's these genes. If you say it's your knee, it's because you fell on your knee and you didn't have any genes to protect you.
Now I think it's my ankle. I took the moon boot out, so you can see like I'm moon bootless right now. So I'm cool. I'm progressing very nicely. We targeting the Blues game, which is about 4 weeks from now, but. The way I'm going about things, it looks like I'll be back earlier. But we don't rush it, though, because
you've had your 15-man debut. You put on that Stormers jersey. How was it, though?
I had my debut a few years ago, actually. But
now you are someone now.
Let's go.
This is the real one. Okay, now you are the Wizard of Welcome. There's a very big difference now.
Okay, but it felt like I was wearing it for the first time, actually. There was so much build-up, actually, to wearing the jersey. It felt incredible. I remember my first game wearing it this season was against the Joggers. I remember the reception I got in Julian's Guard. It was like, the stadium was frankly full, and literally Chasey got injured, Colby got injured with 20 minutes to go. I was only supposed to get like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And then I get like, literally, as I stood up, and like the guys could see I was about to get in. Oh my goodness, the reception by the crowd. It is incredible. I felt like, I was like, it's like, that's so nice.
The last thing that we have to get out of the way is that the other dream for you, as much as you're the 7s Rugby Player of the Year, is that you also want to be the 15-man Player of the Year at some point in your career.
Most definitely.
That's your dream.
Most definitely.
Achievable.
Yeah, anything is possible with God. I have no doubt at all.
Thank you very much for being with us on Sport at 10. Loved speaking to you, and I'm glad that you still
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. It was lovely chatting with you, man.
Thank you very much. Sinata is leaving us. The speed with which he will leave us, reduced by the ankle injury, but back in 4 weeks. So we're going to a break. After the break, we'll talk to Skulvaker about where have you been? Munna. We'll talk to a man from Klerksdorp after this.
Men, think you know musk? Think again. Try new Nivea Fresh Musk Deodorant. The freshest musk from Nivea Men. Because then you start your day fresh and confidence is your best defense. 48-hour maximum freshness and maximum protection. Men, this is your Dio. Official sponsor of Real Madrid. Nivea Men, it starts with you.
Get a quick game with Nivea Men. Dial star 120 star 4044 hash for awesome Real Madrid prizes worth 1 million rand. Halagasha.
Put a little F1 in your tank with reformulated Engine Premix Unleaded, designed to redefine performance and economy. Engine, with us, you are number one.
People say you'll be lonely at the top, but is that really what success is? I've always felt there's another way. That starts with we, not me. If you're on the rise, rise together, why not? Because it doesn't matter what people say. Everyone wins when you win the right way.
Over time, bleach can cause white clothes to fade. Is it time to renew your wardrobe? Use Vanish Crystal White. Unlike bleach, it doesn't fade your fabrics and restores your whites by up to 3 shades. Vanish Crystal White.
Play now and share your hashtag Fanta photobomb.
Gert Skulvaker joins us here in the studio. 9 PSL clubs in his football career. But the question that has been asked, and it's going to be something new that we're starting on SPORTAT10, is where have you been? What are you up to? Gert Skulvaker, welcome to SPORTAT10.
Good evening, Thomas, and good evening to the viewers.
So, what are you doing these days?
I'm busy in Klerksdorp for developing. Like this coming weekend, I'm having my own soccer tournament. And I must just thank our municipality, the Dr. Kenneth Kaunda district, and the local municipality for the support that they gave me.
Okay, so what's the tournament called? It's happening in Klerksdorp. Who gets to play? Kika Entara? Can I go and do my thing? Is it too late? What's happening?
Yeah, there's still space left. And yeah, if you want to come, you can come and play on a Monday because we are also trying to get some,
Old Crocs on Monday.
Old Crocs on Monday.
But the weekend, I want to be on the weekend. So what's it called?
It's a Skulvaker district tournament.
Yes. And age groups, how big is the tournament? Who are you trying to develop?
It's under 11s, under 13s, and the senior teams. So the main aim is on the under 11s and 13s.
And you're trying to find the next Gert Skulvaker?
Yeah, there will be up soon.
Yeah. They're there?
They are there.
More?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. Gert, I want to talk a little bit about your career. Free State Stars, then Wits, then Chiefs, then Celtic, then Chiefs, then Pirates, Maritzburg United, Santos, and a little bit of time in Cyprus. So that is your football career. You've done it all. You've been relegated with Bidvest Wits, right? The team got relegated, and you left.
No, I left before the team got relegated.
Oh, I swear.
It's not me. It wasn't me. It can't be me. It wasn't me.
But there was an interesting thing in that in your time at Wits, you had a conversation with Roger de Saar where he was not convinced that you should leave Wits at that stage.
Yeah, Rog told me that I must stay another 1 or 2 years. at the team, but I mean, that time I was a big Chiefs supporter, so I just wanted to go and play for Chiefs.
Why did he want you to stay?
Because he said I was still young. I was, I think, about 20 years, 21 years. And before I even made the under-23 national team, I made a Bafana team. So then he told me, no, if you stay here, maybe one day you'll go to Europe.
And is it a decision you're happy that you made, that you regret that you made?
I never regret it, because when I went to Chiefs, I was competing with the shoes, with the Thabo Moki and them, so it also helped me.
And you won titles, Absa Cup, you won an MTN 8, you were the top goal scorer in that MTN 8 that you won. You've won league title when you were at Kaizer Chiefs. It was a great time in your life.
Yeah, it was a great time playing for Chiefs, you know. Like, for me, it was a team that I supported, so now I'm playing for them, so it was something else.
But at the same time, you've had issues with coaches. I mean, you get there, Ted Dumitru not really sure about you. Then Ernst Middendorp gives you the great times that you had. Then Mushin Etugal comes and not sure about you, and you leave the club. You go to Bloem Celtic.
I think with that, it was something different, because he told me I was still young. It was Shoes that was playing, and Shoes was on top of his game, so I had to learn from him. And Shoes was one of the guys that will tell me, no, you know what, you must do this and do that. And you find the Mendus, they were also wonderful in the field.
So you had to try and take Jabulani Mendu or Shoes Musho's position?
Or Thabo Moki.
Yes.
So it was, the first season it was difficult. I managed to play like few games, and every time when I came up, I made a difference.
You loaned to Celtic. You do well at Celtic. That was going well. Then you come back from the loan, more time at Chiefs a little bit, move to Pirates.
Before I went to Celtics, I signed a pre-contract with Pirates. So when I was at Celtics, you know, I was doing well. I was playing with my homeboy, Moses Pandil, and we played like in schools. Every time we were playing together at the same team there in Klerksdorp. So it was just something that happened, and he knows me and I know him, so we played well together.
But then, at Pirates it was a struggle, eh?
Pirates, it wasn't that of a struggle for me, because when I joined Pirates, I was injured. I had a hamstring injury, took me out for 2 months. Then I came back, I played, I think I scored. On my day when I came back, I scored a goal. And then things, sometimes I got injured here and there, you know.
There was a sense that Ruud Krol wasn't really feeling you.
Yeah, it wasn't feeling me, but it was feeling me when I was at Chiefs.
When he was the opposition. But now you're here.
He didn't feel me anymore.
And there's that controversy with you, that you resigned on Facebook. The next thing, you weren't coming to training at Pirates. The resignation was on Facebook. What happened?
Thomas, someone hacked into my Facebook. And when I saw that, and the next day I was supposed to be at training. But unfortunately, I didn't make it to the training field. And I think the Wednesday, I went in for a meeting with the chairman. But then I told the chairman what happened. So it was, I don't know what happened, because...
So it was a coincidence. Someone wrote some nonsense on your Facebook. The next day you missed training, and that was a coincidence.
Yes.
And then the next day you were back.
The next day I was back.
But by now the whole media has already written, Gert says on his Facebook he's resigning. We don't see him at training. Showcase.
At 26.
26.
Yeah.
You were ready to give up, according to Facebook.
Yes.
Which was complete nonsense.
Yes, Thomas.
Maritzburg, Arrows, Santos, and then on to Cyprus. What's your advice to up-and-coming footballers? What can you tell them?
I'm always telling the small boys and the team that I'm playing for back home, Matlosana United.
Because you're pairing now, actually.
Yeah.
ABC Municipal League.
Yes, I'm still playing. So I'm always telling them they mustn't just give up easily, because for me, if I didn't go hurt at Maritzburg, I went for a groin operation, then from there things didn't work out for me anymore. But I'm telling them they must just push themselves, you know. One day they will make it big. Some of them will, definitely, that I can be sure of. Others, maybe they won't, but I'm also telling them they must also look into education.
Gert Skulvaker, You are many people's favorite player. I saw that today on Twitter. Thank you for coming into the studio and giving us a little bit of your story. I think we need another time with you just to hear more in terms of your experiences.
Yeah, no, it will be nice.
We'll have you back. We'll have you back. And I look forward to maybe also going on Monday to the tournament. Yeah, Skulvaker, where the old crocs like myself will be giving on a little bit of a display. It's time to take a break. Thank you very much. And after the break, Tumi Murake comes in to take on our Sport at 10 quiz. Why a little romantic you saw in there? It's looking a bit romantic in there. Lighting is dim. We'll talk about it after this.
Come to think of it, make it in Amsterdam.
I'm gonna get what I want and I've got a reason.
The choices, slow brewed, extra matured.
They say the one without the seatbelt did the damage over.
Meet Vuyo. He had it all. Friends, fame, girls. Until one day things didn't work so well in the bedroom anymore. He had heard about Men's Clinic International, but thought, nah, I'm too young to have these kinds of problems. But he knew he had to do something. Men's Clinic International helped Vuyo get back in the game. Let us help you. WhatsApp us on 072-315-2574 or SMS help to 32110.
How often we forget our greatness. We measure ourselves against the world. Yet we forget that our greatest stories come from the humblest places. Our future will not be written by the great strides of yesterday, but by the ones we take today.
Anything can happen in the Nedbank Cup. Is it the year of the soccer underdog, or can a top dog score the 6 million rand treasure? The Nedbank Cup. Stay on side of the action with SABC Sport. Kiona. 4 months of football action. Catch it live on SABC 1 and on your favorite SABC radio stations. Brought to you by SABC Sport.
You don't perhaps have somewhere among your person a yogurt? That's minus 80% for a bad throw. You're going to need 140% for a halfway pass. Oh, see? Hey, sit! Don't make me go Shaka Zulu on you.
South Africa is going through winds of change. A black woman with a mic and all the white people must sit and listen. Power.
Vusi, not Vusi. Vusi? I'm talking about live music. I'm talking about games. Celebrity guest interviews. Like you've never seen them before.
Here she is, Tumi Racket. We're taking you back, eh? And the one thing, I've got to tell you guys at home, the one thing she has not enjoyed is looking at the old pictures of herself. Tumi, King.
You know, it's because I didn't realize I was that big. It's like you shed that weight, you go, I could I was that big. Oh, God. Because I've just loved myself the whole time. I don't remember a time I loathed how I looked. I don't remember a time I had an issue with how I looked. And even when I started the journey of weight loss, it wasn't to me going, I hate how I look. It was to me going, no, this is not healthy. I've gone too far.
Slender morake.
Not even. And the lambora no tabasisan. But tabasisan because when us big girls go on diets and we lose weight, they're like, who's so can I stop and no? I'm still on my way. Give me a chance.
3 years old. Oh, sharp. Oh, sharp. Mrs. South Africa. Mrs. South Africa. You're winning awards already. You're winning awards. You're the top comedian in the country. You did it last year. You're killing it. And you have a show on SABC too.
I do.
But the name I don't understand that name.
Red Cake.
And then what else?
Not the cooking show.
Because
Red Cake, then you go, okay, can I get flour margarine? And like, no flour and margarine here. The Red Cake is just because it's a...
We can get Fridays, I guess.
We can get Fridays,
7 o'clock.
7.
Fridays, Red Cake, not the cooking show.
So
how do you hashtag that? What do you put there on Twitter?
Well, I think the powers would that be. Hashtag Red Cake. But I can't Red Cake or underscore SABC. So who the underscore? Who complicated? My written. Well, no, hashtag Red Cake underscore SABC too.
You're the first woman to be named Comic of the Year.
Yeah.
First in the history of comedy.
And it's a young industry. It's already a young industry, and it's a young awards thing. So to already have been crowned for me is a huge thing. It's a huge deal. Because most of the time, and I say this over and over, the fact is this industry is very male. And the fact that Banna decided that I deserved that award is a big deal. It's something that I am not going to forget anytime soon.
Now, can I ask you this other question? Otwa Tabanchu, ne?
Yeah.
Free State.
Yeah. And
there's like 55 million South Africans in this country.
Yes.
Half of them, 25 million men.
Yes.
And then you married.
Yes.
But you didn't choose one of us.
Mara se khamashe. Wait, se khamashe. A ke re mara le to go lile la ntutsa ke dateile ka mozantsi le test drive ile gut hala reka to ka kreya baya elisana ka go tshameka.
And then where did you
Adigadoro money.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Happily.
Yeah?
Happily. Have you been to Ghana?
I go to Ghana every year. I'm going to be in Ghana in July. There are 2 weddings and a party happening.
So international. If you're already chatting Ghana.
Yeah? International over rivers, baby. Oh, how to go overseas on international? No, cross the river.
But how complaining? Because he married someone and then now Kislander. There must be a complaint in the house.
Again. No. Butung krele kele yalo kele slana yana kele wa bana sweet 16 agere berejola re go university I'm pesa ka di baby I'm going to spoil you mutanyala with man spoiler mmele wa ikela ko ikelanteng. So now I'm panel beating myself back into shape.
I know it's working. You're doing amazing work with the panel beating.
Thank you.
And you've got a show coming up where you're traveling the country.
Yes, to me or not to me. That is the question.
The whole country.
The whole country, and I'm crossing a few of our closest borders.
Now, here it is, the SPORTAT10 Cup.
Alala.
You can't have it, it's priceless. The cakes you can, though. We're about to spoil our diet. We want to bring back the old Tumi. Bring back our Tumi, that's the sign. But you need to get the questions right. So let's look at the quiz very quickly. And we thought we'd take you to far-off countries.
My in-law! My in-law! What like my in-law?
I can't remember we were testing. Kimang.
Oh, is that the question?
Yes.
Oh. Because then you'll think, oh, aku Guyane. Asamoah Guyane.
The Ghanaian.
He's my in-law.
There you go. But he messed it up in 2010, so we claim.
Well, we forgive you.
Wait, since when? I also forgive you. Now, we want you to just take us through this. You understand golf, ne?
A little bit, if I must.
At the Masters, you see, this is a short little putt. I wonder how Patamona and no professional easy who Kenya. Marwa Mesa. And not just once. That's only else. And not just once, like Habaya. Look again, short little, what's wrong here? Give us the problem. Again. So that's what you're blaming.
Also,
I just wanted your perspective on what went wrong.
What went wrong?
And then you said, thank you. That's all we needed. The final question for you that we need an answer on is, this map has 3 countries on it. Why are we highlighting these 3 countries? What's special about those 3 countries? And can you tell me who they are?
Can we start with who they are?
Yeah, who are they?
Canada?
Yeah.
America?
Yes. And then this one here? The one that Trump doesn't want. Mexico. So why are they important, Gasport?
I'm going to take a really wild guess.
Tell me.
Okay, this is the one time where Trump was like, "Ask Rabali bota, because I don't know about bolo sharp." Because but he said, "Look about
you're faking, so you actually knew the answer." She's like making it all exciting here. They are bidding for the 2026 FIFA World Cup together as one thing.
Yes, I only know that because I'm not a sports girl at all, but I love my soccer.
Does she get?
Yeah, I'll give her because she's part of my lineup at this other show that I'm doing.
Oh yeah, your show is coming up.
Tips and tips.
Yeah, 27,
yeah, State Theatre, yeah. So she's part of the lineup. So I'm bribe or and then I'm like crowd. Yeah, that's one of the Sundowns. So Sundowns, yo, they are handing out points. Fit. Ugardi flyers, they bring back lost love. Corner to corner, but on a serious note, you can see I'm not having a good day there. So I've just lost someone. So rest in peace to the First Lady, Untlameze Paladze, the only black girl who had a disease called progeria. So she just passed on yesterday, and I'm saying rest in peace, my First Lady. She's done her bit, Molefating. So we're gonna leave and be funny for you because she wanted me to have a private jet. So for you, I'm going to be the funniest man ever. So
and Tips was very close to her. So
yeah.
Tips, we really appreciate that you make your time to be with us today in this difficult time. Dumi, thank you for being with us tonight. All the best. Keep losing that weight. Keep losing. Keep losing.
Says after giving me a
And we're going to leave you with the words that have become famous on Sport at 10. If you're not watching Sport at 10, what are you doing?